Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome to the 2021 FIA official manufacturer season on GT Sport. Tonight we are in France and we are at Le Mans in the Group 3 cars. So let's see if we can't laisser les bon temps rouler. That's right, let the good times roll here at Le Mans. So looking at the lobby, yeah, it looks like a pretty good lobby. You can hear me in the background. My boy Turpy Urphy's in the background. I'm super pumped. Got a lot of familiar names and faces in there. So I was excited to race and put in a lot of practice time. And unfortunately, I forgot to turn off the chat audio. So there may be some colorful language overlaid. So let's get into this here qualifying session. And I came across the line with a 3:57.930. Not my best time. I was driving a little bit safe, trying to avoid those penalties. You only have one shot at getting it done. So that was my best shot at it. Wish I'd gone a little bit fast, but that's okay. It was good for a P5. So I get in the lobby, switch to those hard tires, and I'm ready to head out and race. So as the jets fly overhead, the 3, 2, 1 counts down, and I just ease back on the throttle there. You can see the tires spinning up. Them cold, hard tires. Just not wanting to grip it all here at the start of the race at Le Mans. But do the little wiggle. That is a pro move. You are welcome to try that at home yourself if you'd like. Doesn't really help to warm the tires up too much, but you know, it makes you feel somewhat better. Now right there, these two corners, absolutely detrimental in this race. As you see Vortex in front of me getting a little loose coming out there. Now, if you mess up those two corners and get penalties, it is going to make for a very long race. Le Mans, a track you do not want to race off your back foot. Once you start falling backwards, man, it gets ugly, and it gets ugly fast. People start running up from behind you, and then they drag the train with you. Next thing you know, you've gone from falling back one position to falling back like 5 positions. So that corner we just went through back there, that fast right-hander, also another very important corner. You go wide there, man, you can grab a second penalty, and that is killer. So right now in the race, I am going to try and work with Vortex here and see if we can't catch up to the guys in front of us. They got out on us a little bit since Vortex lost that slipstream right away at the beginning. And I'm going to bump draft him there. I'm going to bump draft him here before the second chicane. Oh, no, I backed out of it. I decided to back out of that. Sorry. I was wrong. I did not bump draft him right there. But working with them, trying to let them know I'm not looking to do a pass or anything stupid. I just want to catch that first front group. And so, here again, heading towards the right-hander here at the end of the Mulsanne straight. Get on the brakes early. Just let them, just roll into it. Try and get a good exit. Stay in that slipstream. Again, want to work with the car in front of me here at Le Mans. Super important that you don't lose time by fighting too much when it's not necessary. I mean, this is the beginning of the race. We're on lap 1 of 7. There is no reason to be fighting right now. You want to stay with the group in front of you. You have plenty of time to fight for positions near the end of the race, or somewhere before you are a lot stronger than your opponent. So even now, I'm trying to read my opponent and find out, where am I faster than he is? Where is he slower than I am? Where, if I was going to make a move, would it be smartest for me to do? That way I could extend my lead out past that slipstream zone. So I mean, if you were just sending on a guy right away, he'll end up coming back on you probably pretty soon. Next thing you know, you're going back and forth, and you're just falling backwards, and that's not what I wanted to happen at all. So right now, it looks like to me, at the beginning of this first lap, that the area that I feel like, I had a good bit of a run on Vortex here was through the chicane and through the very first section of the track. Because remember, he lost the rear end of the car at the first section of the track. So even in his slipstream, I feel like, I'm able to, keep up with him through these sections of the track. Now, looking ahead, I thought that it was Andre or Ace that had gotten that penalty. It was actually Little C Money who had started the race in pole position. So apparently he has been falling back a little bit. Like I said, easy to race on that back foot here at Le Mans. If you start falling back, it is super hard not to start losing those positions. As you can hear me in the chat, I thought the Vortex had gone wide right there, but he didn't. So again, continuing to work with Vortex, trying to catch up to Little C Money or whoever had that penalty in front of us, which I now know was Little C Money. At the time I wasn't sure who it was. So want to work with him, want to catch up to that guy and get in the slipstream, and then just slowly kind of move our way towards the front. In fact, if we can get a pack of 3 even to work together, we could really run down 1 and 2, and that's really where I would like to be. I'd like to be up there near first place if I could. I mean, podiums are nice and all, and fifth place. I'll even take fifth place in this lobby. This is a low A plus, high A lobby, so I'll take a fifth here. But willing to be patient, no worries there. So Money serves his penalty there at the line. Apparently he'd gotten another one, so that's 2 penalties by Money. And we are now caught back up to P3. As you can see, started pulling from me a little bit in that slipstream. And now it is game on. If the three of us can work together to move towards Andre Sav up there in P2, we can really make a race of it. Now, Money goes wide there. Vortex gets onto his tail right here. And they start to get, right through here, you'll see they'll start to get a little bit racy. And Money's kind of dancing around, and Vortex is kind of dancing around. We got all this kind of weird laggy stuff going on. You can look up there and you can see that we're all 3 yellow bars here in the States, so we don't exactly have the best connection. Yep. Right there, I thought Vortex had gotten a penalty, but actually it was a Little C Money with another penalty. So 1.5 seconds of penalties as Vortex passes in the chicane. Don't really know what he was thinking right there. Maybe he just had to send it, but not exactly the best place to pass. You'd think you would want to just go ahead and wait for the straight. There's really no reason to pass in that chicane. I mean, unless you plan on losing them here through the first section of Le Mans, you're just a sitting duck on the next 2 straight, heck, next 3 straights, 4 straights even. We can just sit there and go back and forth. So didn't quite understand that, but I was happy with it. It looked like Money there was trying to fight back, and I was just kind of like, why are you two guys fighting and getting all over each other, man? Just chill out a little bit. Let's catch up to P2. I mean, we're on lap 3 of 7. We got 4 more laps, 4 minutes a lap. There's a lot of racing left here. And, with the slips, it's, once you get up to people, anything can happen. Anyway, so Vortex goes wide there, that fast right-hander heading into the Mulsanne straight, and that is going to cost him a half second. Now, I am absolutely licking my chops right here. I'm pretty quick through the 2 chicanes compared to most people, so the DBR9 is one of the places where it can actually handle fairly well. So I was really excited. I was like, yes, they both have half-second penalties. I'm just going to sit behind them, heading through the first chicane, get a good exit, and that's what I did. Got a good, strong drive out of that corner, and I'm bearing down on them. Again, let that DBR9 do what it does best, which is eating up that slipstream on the straight. So get by him there, and I started to pull on that and trying to get that slipstream to that 0.750 or greater. I'm at 0.630 right now. But now they're still in the slip, so I get on the brakes there before this tight right-hander, and I see Vortex come down the inside. I'm like, what is he doing? So I delay my turn in there, and I probably let a few profanities out here, so I had to kind of mute this clip. But anyway, I managed to dodge it, but let's see what he does. He comes in, he does not brake until right there, way too late. I'm not sure if he was looking in his rearview mirror at Money or what the heck he was doing, but he missed his brake marker by I don't know, 50 meters or so. I mean, it was a lot. And usually that's not a brake marker that people miss, because usually you start braking right at the start of that curb there. But he was very late. Maybe it was some lag. There's no telling. These lobbies were very laggy as Little C Money smashes into me right before the braking zone. And again, maybe it was lag. I don't think he would mean to bump draft me right before the braking zone. So, I take the right-hander through the tight right. Now I got Little C Money all over my rear end. Now, he is the pole sitter, so I was hoping he was going to work with me, but then I look in my mirror, and he just kind of slowly just drifts off and then off the track. So, I don't know what's going on behind me. It's a bunch of craziness. Look, no throttle or brake input. He just drives into the wall. Now, look, guys, I understand when you get behind Greddy. It's very intimidating. I'm very fast. But there's no reason to be that afraid that you just drive yourself off the track. I mean, I'm not that quick, really. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on back there. Andre, not afraid of Greddy. He was 3.3 seconds in front of me in that previous lap. Now he's 3.7 seconds in front of me. Only 1.1 seconds to Jalopnik, and he is absolutely chasing me down. Look at him in my rearview mirror, just eating me up. And then I go to hit my turn signal, because he's caught me from way back, and I hit the options button instead, and that messes me up going into this corner, because I'm all like, I can't believe I just hit the options button. Start chat. I was like, what am I doing here? So I screwed that up completely, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just gave up my podium here. I'm like, how the heck did Jalopnik catch up to me so quickly? And he's in the Aston too, and he was getting drive out of corners like I could not believe. And I didn't think about it. I thought there's a little possibility in my brain that Jalopnik was on medium tires, but I was like, no, because he's not running like, super. He didn't run me down because he'd been behind me for a while. He didn't super run me down from the beginning of the race. Like, he's just been kind of slowly coming up on me. And, I'm still within his slipstream. So I'm like, I let him go by. And I'm like, I'm just going to use the slipstream. But I'm just like, what on earth? What is he doing right in that Aston to be able to run me down like that? So coming to the braking zone here in the second chicane on lap number 6, he has broken the slipstream from me. And that's why it took him a real long time to break the slipstream. So I thought, well, maybe he's not on medium tires. Maybe he's just really quick and had a bad qualifying lap. So I was kind of upset with myself for not being able to stay in the slipstream. I mean, I was able to stay in some fast guy slips. Now, one place I always struggled was in the Porsche curve. So we're heading to the Porsche curves now, and I've got, I can't pronounce that name, Geratis Latu. I don't know. Oh, he is eating me up from behind. So he's only about 1.4 seconds back behind me. And then Jalopnik has pulled the lead out on me. He's about 1.6 seconds in front of me. I'm like, oh my goodness, don't lose P4, Grady. Come on, calm down. Just I had a 401 lap before. I can run 359s. Heck, I even ran a 358 on hard tires in one of the practice races. So I know I'm faster than this, and I'm trying too hard to avoid penalties. But, on the other hand, I'm like, well, I really want to avoid the penalties because that will absolutely kill me in this race. So I got all this stuff going through my brain. I'm like, just be calm, just drive cool. It's going to be fine. If he catches you, he's still got to pass you, then you got an opportunity to pass him back. So it's not the end of the race yet. So, and then all of a sudden, Jalopnik goes through the pits. I'm like, yes, he was on medium tires. I'm on the podium now. I'm in P3. Jalopnik's in the podium, and Geratis, I don't know. Anyway, he's 2 seconds back, so it looks like he either got a penalty or made a little mistake back there. So I'm like, yes, that is what I needed. So heading down through the chicanes, powering out, and got a 1.2 second lead on P4. And I'm wondering how he's catching me so fast. I mean, I'm like, what is he in? I'm thinking he's in a Supra or a Ford GT. I didn't know what he was in. And I went back and I was looking at the replay. I was like, aha, this is why they're catching me up so quick. So we had a Citroen working with the Aston, and they were working together. They worked together like this for 2 or 3 solid laps, just bump drafting. So major props to these two guys for working this hard together. I mean, they were absolutely dedicated to running me down. And, man, they were really working on my rear end here. Not working on my rear end. But he made a mistake coming out of that right-hander, and that gave me a little bit of space heading into the part that I was worried about, which is the Porsche curves. The DBR9, not good here. It really doesn't have very much downforce on that front end. Doesn't like to bite on the turn end. So if you get a little wear on the front tires, and it's just these big sweeping corners, it just does not like. So heading into that last left-hander, going down the final stretch before the chicane. Here at Le Mans, I've got a nice little lead. The two behind me looking to battle a little bit. I go into the chicane one last time. Kelso had just gotten punted in the chicane. He was in the chat with me. He was bitching about that. So I was like, please don't punt me in the chicane. So I go through here real careful, not to get a penalty. Did not want to get a penalty and lose a position at the very end of the race. And we crossed the line with a 3rd place finish. Yes, back on the podium and at Le Mans in the DBR9. 219 points. Was very excited about that. And so moved back up in the friends list all the way up to P4 now on my friends list. And, of course, they had races left to do, so this could change quite a bit. So, anyway, that was fun. And then look at there. Back to A+. Geauxgreddy is back at A+. So, made it back there, too. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed the action. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more videos. So, for myself, Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.